Hello, 17 lesbians. This is Young Fat Quirky Queer, aka Kia, aka your new Wednesday girl. Um, so today's this week's topic is body image and personal acceptance, and this is actually like one of my very favorite topics. So I'll start from the beginning. When I was younger, I was either the tallest or the widest or the largest, whichever you prefer. And I when people used to point it out, I wasn't really aware that they would tease me about it. So I would just be like, oh, okay, whatever. But then I was conscious. I became aware that they were using it when they pointed out my size. They were actually taunting me and teasing me about it. And I was a very sensitive kid growing up, so my I would usually be crying, or I would just not even participate in, young childhood things. And on top of that, I had a crush on almost every girl in my class. Like, I thought I was, my mom always said, it's like the phase, the cooties phase, but I never came out of it. Well, okay, I never was in the cooties phase. I just didn't like guys. Like, I didn't understand how I was supposed to be with one when I got older. Like, oh, your husband. Like, I don't want a husband. Thanks. Whatever. But okay, moving on. So I had a crush most. I had a crush every year. Like I had a new crush every like first grade, second grade, third grade. Every a new crush every year. But I was with the same people. It was weird. Whatever. So then I started changing schools. I changed schools a lot when I was younger, and I when we moved, I lived used to live in D.C. A group in D.C. Then we moved to Maryland, and um, I was kind of I was really out of my element because I was with a group of people for so long that I had to basically start all over, and I was a very shy kid. I was a very sensitive person, so I really didn't know where to start. So fifth grade, I started going out with this guy, and I don't know if I really liked him or not. I think I liked his tie. No, no, no. I liked his hair. That's what I did. I liked his hair because he was black, but he had like really like spiky hair. And they asked you if you liked him. They asked me if I liked him. And I said yeah. And so we basically went out for all of that year. Well, what would be considered going out of fifth grade. And there was a lot of drama with that. I mean, wherever Kia was, that the guy was. Don't want to say his name. Wherever Kia was, he was. Or wherever he was, I was, and we had yelling matches. We basically fought like a married couple at 10 years old. That's kind of sad. Then I went to public school, and I had a brief stint with public school when I was in kindergarten, but it wasn't that great. I got pushed downstairs and stuff, and I should have been called punching bag, basically. And so sixth grade, I basically just kept my mouth shut. I didn't say anything. They saw me, they didn't hear me. The only time that you would hear me talk is if the teacher called on me, to be honest. Then the Christmas pageant came around, and I was like, they said that we would have tryouts for soloists, and I've been singing basically ever since I could talk. Probably even before then. Like I was probably muttering gibberish in a melody, like "Hopajima, ba ba ba." But anyway, I was like, I could do this. I want to see if I could do it. And so we go up and I audition, and first it was silent, then people started cheering. I was like, oh my god, I just did that. And my music teacher at the time, who was now my vocal coach, she was like, I did not know that you had that in you because I was quiet. No one heard me. I was a very introverted person. So that year, I was basically known as a girl who could sing, and no one really bothered me. I guess so. I guess it was good. Seventh and eighth grade year, I went back into private school, and I was finally around people who were around my size, and I really didn't feel alone. But see, I was still the shy, introverted person that I was up until that point. and I kind of felt like I was pushed out of my shell more than me actually coming out of my shell. And it, I didn't know how to react to it. I, I kind of, I turned to violence. Like I was a very violent person. Like Kia was the bully, basically. Like if you saw Kia coming down the hallway, you make a joke, you're gonna get hit. Like that's the kind of person I was. I was cussing all the time. I mean, I cuss now, but it wasn't at the extent that it's not at the extent that it was. I would hit people. I would like okay. I mean, I wrestle. I mean, I wrestle now, but like I would hurt people. It's really scary to talk about. And around seventh and eighth grade year was a time where I started to self harm, and I would cut because I really didn't know how to deal with emotions. I lost my brother to a car accident when I was really little. When we moved to Maryland, we moved away from my father, and he was. I feel really like torn when I talk about my feelings with him because he was a good father to me to an extent, but he wasn't the greatest guy. Like he was abusive, and I wouldn't really know how to deal with him if I saw him today. Like I haven't seen him in such a moved way, and it's hard sometimes to think about it, but in a way, everything happens for a reason. Oh my God, I sound like Justin Bieber. I mean, that did have to happen for a reason. I don't think I would be the person I am today. Um, so then, I had to take a breath. That's sickening. You know what? I have a I'm getting a new haircut next time I go to the beauty. So this is it. Gonna fly. But so where was I? Oh, okay. I started self harm seventh and eighth grade, and it was really sickening because I was so good at hiding what I did when I got home. I was like my mom didn't know, no one at school knew, or they didn't show that they knew. So like I I was really good at hiding it, and when you do that, it I don't know. It's just like when I did that, it was I didn't comprehend what I was doing until I stopped. Um, seventh and eighth grade, I was in theater. I started doing a little theater then, and that became a really good outlet. Um, eighth grade year, there was one day where I was kind of ganged up on. It was like a ganged up improvised intervention. Like they were the people who I thought pushed me to that point. They were telling me like you're out of control. You need to calm down. And the way they said it, I was really taken back. Like I didn't know how to react. I just broke down. Like I mentally I wasn't even there that day. It was just like a whole day. Like I don't even remember what happened past what they said to me, and it was really scary. But I think that was like the first dawn on me actually having to make decisions for myself and not basing my actions on other people's opinions, but forming opinions of my own and acting on them. So ninth grade year, I started to make new friends, and I, I, seventh and eighth grade year was the first year, well, first 2 years that I actually heard gay be used, not in the context of like it being a disease, because I thought gay was a disease up until seventh and eighth grade year, like, and then like I kind of I felt that I had found what I have been searching for, like missing puzzle piece, bingo, hello. And then I was, it was really like an epiphany moment, but it was also like snap back into reality. You're still going to be discriminated against. So I was really scared. I was going to an all-girl Catholic school. I was raised Catholic my entire life. I know the belief on homosexuality, and I know it's not as people don't take it as nicely as the Catholic Church says it. So I was even more scared for that. I came out to my best friend, one of my best friends, Charlotte, as bisexual, and she accepted me. Everybody who I came out to accepted me that year. Sophomore year, I stopped self harm. And what? Oh, crap. Okay, I have my anniversary date written down, but it's not around here. But I stopped self harm. It was around Christmas time. It was around New Year's Eve, Christmas time, I believe. It was. It's basically that epiphany moment when you wake up and you look in the mirror and you're like, I, I can't do this anymore. Hating yourself is exhausting. You have no time to actually enjoy life because you're so consumed with not hate for other things, but yeah, hate for other things because you hate yourself. Like you can't love anything else the proper way. I believe if you don't love yourself properly, it was really sad. Like one day I woke up and it was really weird. I had a dream about my brother, and usually when that happens, like something monumental is about to happen within me, and it did. Like I woke up, I looked in the mirror, and I said, "I love you," and I never thought that I would feel that way about myself. I like, and that so to this day, I wake up every morning, I say I love you, and I hug myself because I feel like I shouldn't have to wait around to feel someone else love me. I can love myself just as much, and even more because I respect myself and I love myself no matter what. If I get bigger, if I get smaller, if I fall in love with a man, if I fall in love with a trans man, if I fall in love with a trans woman, I'm going to love myself and love them. So I think that was my dawn of epiphany moment. Then junior year, um, I junior year, the summer between sophomore and junior year was my, was it? Yeah, it was my last summer of personal training because before that, my family put me in personal training for about 4 or 5 summers because they didn't like my size either. And that was also like another big hit to me because I mean I love my family, but that was like a big stab. I didn't know how to react to that either. Like they're like, you need to lose weight. I'm like, okay, who are you? I don't see a doctor in front of your name, but I mean, I did it like whenever they would say it, it would hurt because I'm like, you're my family. You're supposed to be supporting me, not putting me on a treadmill and making me chase a fucking hot dog. Like seriously. And so um, that junior year, I kind of felt liberated because I didn't feel like I had to answer to them as much as I did before. And I started using fat. I use fat to describe myself in a very positive light. I'm a fat bodied person. I hold no cut cards. I'm not gonna say plus size because I feel like I'm not gonna say plus size. I don't want to say thick and okay, I'm curvy. Okay, I'm voluptuous, but I don't want to feel like I'm being stifled. That is my word. It describes me. I shouldn't have it used against me as a weapon because you don't like it and because you're not secure in your own self. Like you need to go somewhere and ask somebody and get your shit together. Like really. And also junior year, I became really close with my best friend Lydia, and she I already mentioned this, but it when she told me this year. But okay, I'll tell you anyway. She told me because last year she was going through a rough time, and I helped her because I have a really big heart. I'm just that type of person. And she told me this year that I um I really like saved her life and helped her and everything. Oh God, I have 30 seconds left. Okay. Um, junior year, I came out of gay and I found a really cool, close group of friends, and I love them till this day. They're like family to me. I don't even know if there's anything closer than that, but if there was, there would be that. This year, I feel like I'm coming into myself as a person, and I love it. Like I have a great family of friends, and they're so supportive, and I love them for that. Okay, crap. Okay, love you guys. Watch your